Hello, everyone. Let me know if you can see this live stream. It might take a second to pop up. I'm going to test some settings real quick, make sure everything's coming through okay, and then we'll get started because I want to give you guys a tour of the mod map of Fjordur, and we'll start that in just a second. So let me just make sure everything's coming through all right, make sure we've got everything going. Let me know in chat if you can hear and see me okay. And as long as everything's good, I am going to get this started. So it looks like everything is coming through, and keep me posted in chat if you guys are here and you're able to hear me. So check it out. We've got a T-Rex just waiting to eat us, and he's going to be very disappointed because I'm not going down there. So I thought you guys might enjoy a little tour of the Fjordur map. I have not really toured around with this with you guys before, but we've got the mod version here. Okay, perfect. We've got some people able to see and hear us, and that's awesome. So I've got the mod version of Fjordur already set here, and it's actually going to be pretty similar to the original, the actual DLC version, the official version that's coming out really soon. Oh, awesome. Welcome. So welcome, Geo, Bexiel, Elizabeth. Good to have all of you guys here. So let me know in the comments if there's anywhere in particular you would like to see on this Fjordur map. It is absolutely beautiful. There is so much to see on this map, and there's tons of caves. There's something like, I don't know, 25, 30 caves. It's absolutely ridiculous. But I'll show you some of my favorite secrets on the Fjordur map. There's actually one in the screen right now that I'll show you. But let me know in the comments if there's anything in particular you would like to see. And we'll check out some of the realms and things like that too. Yeah, Fjordur has just about everything. Right now, we are here. Let me actually show you on the map and GPS. We'll give you guys some little pointers on some cool stuff that you can see. So here on the bottom right corner of the northern continent, we've actually got these beautiful waterfalls all over the place. And I'll help you guys find some really cool spots for base locations and all that too. So there's a castle up here, and you get some nice Rexes and stuff spawn in here. But it's a nice little spot once you've cleared it out. We actually built a little mall here on the Monarchy series, and it was a pretty cool spot. And just below the castle, there's all of these waterfalls. But there is actually an amazing cave. We lived here, my tribe lived here for a while, and even we had trouble finding it because it's right behind these two waterfalls. There's one entrance right here and one on this side. And when you go in here, there's tons and tons of metal right here on the bottom. I'm pretty sure on the official version, they'll actually fix this cave. So it's real water that you can drink and not this crazy water that just drowns dinos. But, you know, I've had some misfortunes with that. There's also crystal on this side and the other side in here. And some of these rocks you can actually get oil out of, which is also really handy. So you've got lots of really good supplies back here, and it's pretty easy to block off and defend, but you know, you will get raided. We got raided a lot. So yeah, there's so many waterfalls on this map. You know, I haven't live streamed in a really long time. I've been really busy with the Monarchy series, and I just wanted to get a chance to hang out with you guys. I know this is totally random. I may not actually be able to stream for very long, but I thought I'd show you guys around because I know this map pretty darn well now. Yeah, the lighting is a little bit crazy. Let me fix this too. And that's going to make the lighting better for sure. So everything's not perfect with the mod, but it is actually a pretty awesome mod map. And a lot of stuff is just going to look infinitely better once it's official. So this little island right here, if you can make it across on a raft, it's right below the southern tip of this this continent here. And it's actually a really safe area. You get mostly like dilos and seagulls are about the most dangerous thing you'll run into over here. So if you want a nice, safe, easy start, it's actually not a bad place to pop over here on a raft. And you'll be pretty safe over there once you're starting out your adventure. This little island over here is another really cool spot. There's hardly anything dangerous that'll show up over here at all. And there's actually a little village that's going to load in a second. And you can come up to these boxes and get supplies out of the boxes. And sometimes they've got metal tools, which can be very handy. Doesn't always show up, but sometimes they are. And there's actually some metal on this little island right here, too. It's mostly steep cliffs around most of the edges. But here's the location of this, and if you want a nice little herbivore island to start out on, get yourself a raft, pop over here. The only trouble is there's oftentimes a leads in between you and the mainland, so you do have to navigate that. That can be nasty. Another really cool cave right over here is this Aberration cave. So it's hard to spot from far away, but it's right here. And there's actually some really cool stuff in here. Let me know in the comments if you guys like Aberration, but check this out. This is like straight up Aberration. You can get gems. There's blue gems and red gems in here. And if you want green gems, just follow around these roll rats. There's always a couple. You can get shine horns. There's usually ravagers that will kick your butt. But a really nice thing about this cave is right back here to the right, there is a red loot drop that spawns right here next to this little amethyst cave. And you can get that after fighting off, like, usually there's a Spino here, but after fighting off a Spino, a couple Ravagers, you can usually get those. There's also a charge node, you can make some element in it. And back here to the left, oh yeah, lots of nasty stuff spawns in here. So, wow, that is a really cool looking Arthro. Dang, I wish I could tame that. And back here, you can actually tame Karkanos. And there's usually a yellow drop right in this room, which I've gotten so much good stuff on the Monarchy series doing that. So another charge node back here too. So it's actually a really nice cave if you're trying to, you know, take advantage of those charge nodes. At least on the mod version, they're in here. And you can actually get element ore at the bottom of the ocean. So there's a lot of good stuff you can do in that little cave. I used to practically live there for a little while. You know what? I've never really played through Aberration myself. So I actually started playing Ark when Extinction was about to drop. Isn't that crazy? So I missed Aberration altogether. By the way, you got a lot of like oil and crystal up on this little mountain too. I'll show you guys a ton of resources and some really cool secrets on this map. But moving along this little continent here, there's another cool cave right down here. And here is the location. Oh, thanks, seagull. Always in your face, these seagulls. I love/hate seagulls because they are so helpful as pets, but they're so terrible when they're attacking you all the time. All right, let me see if I can do this. Why is my glow pet not lighting up? I'm trying to do the clap emote. Anyway, this cave is going to be a little hard to see in the dark, but it's pretty cool. Once you get back to the back, you can crouch through here. And there is actually a really cool little area back here, and you can get rune stones out of these chests. And you also get some really nice skins, too. So, going to be a little bit more like a Viking. You don't always get the rune stones. Sometimes you get Viking stuff, but hey, pretty cool, right? You can actually get like a full suit of Viking stuff in the mod. I'm not sure if they'll have that available on official. We haven't really seen any indication we'll get the same skins on official, but this is a great place to grab chitin and stuff like that too, because you can kind of trap all the bugs down here, and they just can't reach you at certain points in the cave. So as long as you're sneaky about it, you can totally get the bugs without them getting you. So this is the mod version of Fjordur, but it's going to be really similar to the full version. Like, this was so complete and polished when we were playing with this. Like, it was almost as good as a fully fledged official map. So not a ton of stuff is going to change on the official version. A lot of the resources should be in similar places, and I'm guessing most of the caves will probably be there. So it's pretty good chance all these places I'm showing you will actually be there in the official final version. And somewhere around here too is another really nifty little cave. Let me see if I can remember where that is. It's actually quite hard to find. Let's see. I want to say, oh, here we go. I want to say it's over here. Yes. Okay. So this is actually a really interesting cave. On some servers, there's going to be loot drops over here. There we go. Right at this spot. And this has got a cool little lava place. I'm sure they'll do some more stuff with this on the official version, because this cave didn't feel really complete in the mod version, but check this out. Is this crazy or what? If you want like an evil lair complete with magma, this is totally the place to go. But on the servers, you might actually find loot drops on these two platforms on the right and the left, and at least on our server, there wasn't really anything spawning in here. So as long as you've got a flyer that can make it, maybe some grapples, you can get some pretty good loot without really fighting anything. Yeah, so the official version of Fjordur is supposed to come out in June. That's all the details we've got. But it's not a long way, you know? It's probably going to come out in less than a month. A lot of people think it's going to come out like mid-June. I always expect the very last day of June, and then I won't be disappointed if it doesn't come out sooner. So this is actually really interesting. I'm sure this cave is going to change. But in the mod version, over here, this cave actually has like a shrine to a lot of the mod supporters, which is kind of awesome. So all the way up these stairs, we're going to go in here, load this in for you. Check this out. Syntac and his Gallimimus. We've got like, I think a lot of the supporters and people that have like sponsored this mod and worked on it and stuff like that. But is that cool or what? There's like a whole hall of fame in here. And it's actually a pretty cool little cave. Not too much in it, but, you know, pretty cool. Yeah, let me know in chat if you guys are excited about Fjordur coming out soon. Like, I am just really excited about this. So excited, I wanted to show you guys some of the cool stuff. Now, we'll come back to this cave. This cave is the key to the realms. So there's actually going to be 3 realms: Vanaheim, Jotunheim, and Asgard. And we do a lot of, like, you know, Viking Norse mythology stuff here. But check this out. There are 3 doors. The door on the right, Jotunheim, is the coldest place in Ark, and it's so cold, even with like Ascendant fur gear and an otter, you're still freezing to death in like a couple minutes. It's insane. Asgard is really cool. We'll go tour that in a minute. And then Vanaheim is absolutely beautiful forest. It's just one of my favorite places in Ark. I'll show you guys that before the stream's over, hopefully. Still not 100% sure how much time I have to show you guys around, but they are really cool, and I've actually seen some of the scenery from Jotunheim and Vanaheim in screenshots and trailers on the official version. So 100% confirmed at least those 2 realms, and probably Asgard too, will be in the final version. Hey, welcome Lilith, and thank you again for becoming a channel member. See that cool little icon next to your name? That is to say thank you for being a member. And you've also, if you select emojis from the chat, you can actually use some of our custom channel emojis now as a channel member. So yeah, we actually had those, one of our viewers actually made these cool little emotes, which I was really excited about, so I can share that with you guys. So this is really cool. It's been redesigned a little bit, but this is Helm's Deep, or it used to be Helm's Deep. We're probably going to see some of the Lord of the Rings references changed a little bit to be, you know, legally distinct from Lord of the Rings. But yeah, we're going to see some cool stuff. So Rascalark on the Monarchy series lives in this base, and tell you what, that was the crazy hardest base to raid. Like, it's got a full castle built around it. You've got like steep cliffs all around, and then inside it's actually like a really cool keep. Let me see if I can get my feather light to actually light up here. Hold on a second. We're going to auto activate. There we go. And now it's going to light up and be a little flashlight for us. So check this out. Yeah, check it out. Isn't that cool, Lilith? We've got the little emotes and stuff. All right, so this is really cool. Like, there's this whole cave inside that castle, and you can completely fortify this. All of it goes to this one little choke point here. And there's actually clams and pearls inside the water here. So you can get all the silica pearls you need. They'll keep respawning as long as you don't block it off. There's crystal you can harvest back here. So it's a really cool place to live. I actually considered making this my home on the Monarchy series, but Rascal Ark beat me here, and I was really glad he did because if he didn't, I would have probably been the one getting raided all the time. So there's another cool little cave over here. This is actually an artifact cave. And our first event that we ever did on the Monarchy, we ran this cave on foot. Oh no, I lagged. I'm so sorry, Featherlight. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, so I'm in GCM mode. I'm invincible. My Featherlight is not so invincible. So anyway, yeah, this is a nice little cave. You got some loot drops back here that you can get. There's a couple of artifacts, actually. They're really hard to get to without grapples. And you can get some dung beetles back here, too. But definitely pretty dangerous, and it's real easy to fall into the lava, as you guys just saw. Hey, Lucky, welcome. Glad to have you here. Yeah, how is everybody doing tonight? It's so good to be live streaming with you guys again. I haven't just hung out with you all in such a long time, and I feel bad about that. I've just most of my editing has just been at such crazy times. I just haven't had a chance to do a live stream in a really long time. So, I'm going to show you next my absolute favorite cave in all of Ark. I think I can really say maybe the Crystal Isles cave behind the waterfall in the floating islands, but this is definitely up there. So right here, we've got all of the, right where the winter hits autumn, you've got this little cave opening, and it does not look like much at all. But it keeps going back. You've got a little pond back here and an entire forest, all of these crystals everywhere. The whole cave lights up at night. Oh, and bears. Lots of bears. So many bears. Like more bears than you ever want. But there's lots of crystal back here. There's actually a couple metal deposits. Yeah, dimorphs up the wazoo. All the dimorphs you could ever need. And lots of crystal all over the place. And horses, too. You can actually find unicorns in here if you're lucky. But check this out. We've got some more metal deposits back here. More metal back here. And, we blocked this off. This was where I lived in most of the Monarchy series. My tribe took over this whole area. We built our base back up here. And it was just such a cool spot. We were able to just block off the front of the cave and have a really, really nice area to live. And there's just so many resources inside. It's been very fun. So, yeah, that's a really cool cave right there. There's another little tiny ice cave right up here. I mean, you might be noticing a theme. There's just caves everywhere. It's not really much of a cave. It's just a little light cave here. But it's a little rat hole you can live in, defend pretty easily, and it's not too hard to spot. That's right here. I'm showing you guys like all the good base locations. I'll do a full Fjordur base location video later at some point. We'll get there. Another little spot you can live, just a tiny base spot, is on top of this waterfall. You got a little space up here. Not much, but it's something. It's got quite a view though. Like, check that out. And this little island is actually pretty cool. I don't think there's any natural predators that spawn up here, but plenty of resources. So it's another one of those little spots you can start out, have a nice, easy spot to just take over and build and get all the resources here and, level up like crazy. Oh, yeah, there's my Mosasaurus. I'm going to show you guys some stuff underwater pretty soon, but I'm just going to let him take care of all the sharks first. We'll leave him to be. Yeah, I'm doing great, Lucky. How are you doing? It's so good to be streaming again. So this whole island is a crazy swamp. There's actually a cave in the swamp, right over here on the edge. this tiny, tiny little rock. And if you follow this back, it is a crazy cave. I'll take us into it a little bit, but I don't want to get lost. It's absolutely massive. I think there's going to be poison probably, but there's tons of bugs. It is just really cool looking though, isn't it? And this cave just keeps going back forever. Like, it is really deep. I'm going to try to make sure I don't get lost. I guess I can just ghost out of here if I do. But there's like so much to see back in this cave, and it's really cool. And I think this is the one that has like an underwater bit that you actually have to go underwater to get to the artifacts. Yeah, I'm gonna get lost if I get too far back in here. I haven't actually run this cave for artifacts. The other monarchs have picked up the ones you get from back here, so I'll probably be doing that at some point soon. And yeah, let's see, this should be the way out. But the other amazing thing about this swamp is there's dead dinos everywhere, right? But they actually drop polymer. Oh yeah, plant species X seeds all over the place. Mushrooms that you can gather for rare mushrooms, all of the mushrooms you use for taming glow pets all over the place. If you harvest most of these trees with like a theory, see these guys have mushrooms on them, you'll get rare mushrooms that way too. There's snails all over the place. Wow, he's already unconscious. That's lucky. He probably got bit by that snake, just like I'm about to do. Yep, there you go. That's exactly what happened. So, yeah, if I had some sweet veggie cakes, I could just tame that snail, bring it home, and have an Acatina paste factory, all the cementing paste you ever could need. There's capros everywhere. It's actually extremely dangerous out here, but if you are quick, you can swoop in, grab all the plant species X seeds you need. And here is the real beauty of this area. So I took an Argent and would just gather from these things. Let me just do this real quick. Just going to ignore these guys. So when you gather these, you get organic polymer, hide, and spoiled meat. So you can make all the tranks and have all the polymer you need in this little swamp area. And it's got a cool little castle up on top. Yeah, I haven't shown you guys the location of this actually. Cool little castle up top, and underneath there's actually a little cave. So you can put some stuff down here too, and it's usually relatively safe. There's not usually a lot of stuff underneath this cave, so you can come in there and grab a ton of rare mushrooms that way too. Probably some more plant X's around here too. If you come in with a flyer like a pteranodon and get stuff to chase you, you can get it to just fall off the edge and it's too steep for it to come back up. So it's actually pretty easy to get things cleared out of here so you can just nab what you need. So let's see here. What should I show you guys next? Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see one of the realms first, if you want to see some more castles. Just let me know what you're interested in seeing. Somewhere around here, let's see, where was it? I want to say it's closer this way. It's another cool castle. It should load in here, I think. Am I wrong? There it goes. Yep. That's an instant castle right there. They built that fast, right? So this is actually where Terrifier lived on the Monarchy series, and it's a pretty cool pre-built castle. Like it's got most of the amenities you need, plenty of space. It's easy to just put a door on, and you've got a lot of space to spread out. And I think I remember griffins spawning around here, but definitely lots of RGs spawn around here. So even if you don't end up living in it, you can totally get an RG to chase you into that castle and then have an easy time taming it inside. So that's a pretty cool spot. I like it. There's also beavers that spawn in this valley below that castle. And, whoop, got stuck there. Down in this river, you can actually find a lot of beaver dams and get all the cementing paste, silica pearls, rare flowers, and stuff from those. It's a great place to go. And back behind this waterfall, I think it is. Is this the one? Yep, we've got some metal and crystal back here too, which is kind of nice. So there's a lot of good resources around here. Not much space in there for like a base or something, but you know. Yes, it is absolutely the world tree in the background, and I'll get you guys a closer look pretty soon too. Okay, I just had to check that out. When you see like icicles coming down, sometimes that's a cave, you know? I'm still occasionally find new stuff out here. So we've got another cave that goes back pretty far, if I remember correctly. I'm not going to go too deep into this one, but is it this way? Yeah, this goes down a really long hole, and I'm not going to go into a lot of the artifact caves. Woo! Faked you out. All right, bye. Just kidding. I am in GCM mode, so whatever. All right, there's tons of artifact caves around here, but I'm going to try to show you guys the ones that you can use as bases and stuff like that. There's also another handy little cave around here somewhere, if I can remember exactly where I am. There it is. A lot of times I'll find griffins over here on the mod version. A lot of the spawns will probably be relatively similar. Like usually when Wildcard takes a good mod map like this, and I need another feather light. Hold on. Our last one had a little bit of an issue, so we're just gonna do that. All right. So now we can see a little better anyway. So this one's actually doesn't have a lot of stuff in here, but it's got a decent amount of space, and it's lit up a little bit by crystals. So, you know, it's another spot you can live if you want to. It's out in the autumn area right next to all the griffins, so kind of cool. But this next spot is really cool. So we're back on the back side of the island. We're at the very north. Very, very north, right underneath my fingernail. That tickles. So right here, we have got an absolutely beautiful entrance to a Dwarven city. I'm sure they'll probably change some things, but they might keep a decent amount of this where it is, because I know they're having to make stuff not look too much like the Lord of the Rings, but there's actually like Dwarven houses you can build in those houses, at least on the mod version. And over here, you've got all of these bridges. It's one of those like PvP nightmares to raid. On the right-hand side, you've actually got this anvil over the lava. And if you break these boxes, let's see if it'll give me some. Yeah, metal, obsidian, and usually polymer. Not organic polymer, but hard polymer. There we go. Now we're talking. So these boxes respawn. So you can grab a few polymer and just come back to it anytime, as long as you're, you know, go down this really long pathway. And then over here, it opens up into an entire city. There's all the space. There's all of these pre-built structures. It's just massive. And actually inside the water here, we're going to find a bunch of clams that you can gather for silica pearls. Lots of silica pearls and saber-toothed salmon, which gets you so much fish, it's not even funny. So you got a food source, water source, all the pearls you need. It's a pretty cool spot. This was definitely high on the list for, you know, the candidates for where I was thinking about living originally. But it's a crazy area. Oh, is that what it is from Skyrim? You know what's crazy? I've never played Skyrim. My friend was showing it to me, and it was like the most epic moment ever, because he like starts fighting this dragon, and then suddenly he's like, wait, why am I taking so much damage? And he zooms out and realized he forgot to put his armor on. So it was like one of those classic nightmares where like you go to work without your clothes on. But you know, it's like that's what knights are terrified of, you know, forgetting their armor in a dragon fight. All right, let's make this daytime again. This is another really cool spot. So we are here on the northern side where the redwoods are. There's this cherry blossom here, right between two waterfalls and bridges that go across. And you think, wonder what that's all about. This is a really cool cave. There are artifacts and actually a lot of loot drops back here. You know what? Hold on a second. Oh, I hate when it does that. It was displaying top chat and not all live chat. So now I can see everybody talking. So yeah, lots of snails back here. And as you can see, a lot of bugs. I would say too many bugs for my taste. Like, what do you guys think? Is that too many bugs? Do they need more dragonflies here? Like, really? Seriously, so many dragonflies. But it's a really cool cave, and it goes back really far. There's actually a couple of routes you can take through here. One of them takes you into a beehive area. I want to say it's this one. I don't know this cave super well, but let's see. Yep, here we go. Check this out. So if you can survive the massive waves of bugs, which will absolutely kick your butt, but check this out. Bee honey, organic polymer, rare flowers, and if you bring a Doedicurus and an Ankylosaurus, you can get literally hundreds of each from all of these beehives. Like, it's nuts how much stuff you can get in here. I would say probably on a 1x server, you could come out of here with at least 1,000 honey and polymer. I'm going to crawl through this little spot here, if I can get through without getting mauled by bugs. Hi, anybody like spiders? Yeah, okay. Fun little creepy crawlies, right? I know, isn't that terrible? I've never played Skyrim. It's been on my to-do list for a while, but I keep way too busy with Ark. So, this little cave here is actually kind of cool. It's still part of the artifact cave, but there's a ruin over here. Another little loot box where we can grab some runestones. And usually there's some cool skins back here too. And Sarcos. Sarcos to eat your face all over the place. All right, let's see. Where is this? The very top here. I can squeeze back here and check this out. Is this cool or what? Now, I'm willing to bet most of this stuff will probably make it into the final version. So I would not be at all surprised if this cave is really similar. Oh yeah, plenty of loot drops in here. Like, there's probably 4 loot drops in this cave. Like, it's really nice. I think it's around here on a server. You get like a red drop right there. But I cannot emphasize enough how much these insects will kick your butt. They are just insane back here. Oh, and bears. You know, once again, I think we need more bears. That's just not enough bears for my liking. Thank you, bye. And let me see if I can remember the way out of here. Nope, I think that was another loot drop up there. And if I get too lost, I'll just ghost my way out. But I think this might be the case. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So we're just going to take out of here. Yeah, already seen at least 5 places you've never seen when playing Fjordur. That is kind of the point of this this video. Like, I've spent a lot of time exploring this map. I've had so much fun exploring this map, and it's just like one of my favorite maps ever on Ark. Like, just absolutely stunning. And there's so much stuff to see. Like, I still find new stuff every now and then that I've never seen anywhere. So let's see. We've got the green obelisk here. I've only shown you like most of the main continent. We're almost done. But we've got this redwood forest. There's actually a pretty cool little castle wall all the way around here. I don't know that I would build here. Like, you can probably put tree platforms on these trees. I don't really like the redwoods. And this guy right here is the main reason I don't like the redwoods. Right there. It's all your fault, Thyla. All your fault. Yep. That's why I don't go in the redwoods. Those things will just ruin your day. But if you're into this is actually pretty cool. It's got walls all around, and you could put like a tree platform up in that tree and have a walled-in tree. So, oh, yeah. Let me get you guys the location of that. Here we go. So, yeah, a lot of cool stuff we've seen. I think there's probably one more spot before we've circled this entire northern continent. But that's just one continent. How crazy is that, right? So we're here with a really great view. By the way, this is such a cool little island. I don't think there's anything like useful about it, but pretty cool. So this island right here is another cool spot. It's got just one land bridge leading to it. So it's one of those PvP fortresses, which is pretty crazy. You've got an oil refinery spot. You can one of those oil nodes that you can put an oil pump on, get all the oil you need. There's a really big entrance to this cave, but check this out. Get your own little waterfall, tons of metal, and I don't know if it's got any crystal. I don't think it does, but all the metal you could need on this little island. And another nice thing about it is there's a giga spawn point right over here. So a lot of times I see gigas right in this valley right here, and probably half the gigas I've seen on this map were right around here. So it's nice to be able to be where you can check for giga spawns if you're wanting to keep track of those. Oh, I think I forgot to show you guys the location of this thing. So this is right here. Here we go. I always try to give you all of the map and GPS coordinates. Now there's one more cave that we flew right over, and I didn't show it to you yet, but this is pretty cool. So let me catch up with chat real quick. Yes, redwoods equals death to the unprepared. So true. All right. Oh, which custom map? And welcome, Chris. Good to see ya. So I'm right here. There's like this little rock right here. I'm going to show you guys the location of this because it's kind of hard to find. We're just south of this little tiny, or sorry, just north of this little tiny island. And there's that rock right here. And I'm going to get right about in the middle and head straight down. Let's see if we can find this. Okay, I think it's a little, yep, there it is right there. So I'm going to get you guys the exact GPS coords. We're looking for this pirate ship that's cracked in half, and it's right on the bottom of this big open area. So here we go. Here is the exact spot you want to get to above the water. And this is really cool, you guys. Okay, I'm heading straight to the pirate ship. I'm going to turn towards land, and it's really hard to see. Let's see. So hard to see. There we go. Okay. So from the pirate ship, we turn just a little bit to the right towards the land, and you'll start to see this shimmer right here, right? And once we go inside, check this out. How cool is that? I actually can't remember. Is this metal? No, it's not. Okay. There are some rocks that look like that are metal, but just check this out. How crazy is this, right? You get all the interior lighting. It's at the bottom of the ocean, but there's plenty of air. I don't think there's actually harvestable crystals, even though there's crystal everywhere, but you get biotoxin. You're going to get saber-toothed salmon and Nidaria that spawn here. So they'll just keep respawning. You can shoot them with crossbows and get all the biotoxin you need to tame everything right out of those jellyfish. It's a pretty nice perk, and it's just really cool. Like, I mean, does it get better lighting than that, right? And of course, you've got water right there in your base. Yeah, and the jellyfish just like pop out of the water sometimes, at least on the mod version. So, you know, pretty easy to get those. But yeah, how cool is this? Let me know what you guys think. And this is the actual location of the cave itself. This is the entrance, and we'll head straight up from here. But that pirate ship is the easiest way to find that. Catch up with chat a little bit, and I'll show you guys my other favorite cave on this map. So many cool things on this map. By the way, over here, okay, I'm going to catch up on chat before I show you guys this continent, and we'll show you something really cool. No problem at all. I gave you guys no notice about this, so no problem being late. I'm actually not sure how much longer I can stream, but I'm going to stream for a bit. So, yeah, this is the lava island, which is covered in all kinds of nasty stuff. There's actually a lot of X variant, like lava dinos. There's magmasaurs everywhere, but if you want some really cool colored dinos, this is the place to go, at least on the mod version. But check this out. These sulfur pillars, you can actually harvest them and get sulfur, which is very nice. But sometimes, at least on the mod version, you can actually get congealed gas balls. There we go, condensed gas. So you can make aberration items with those gas balls right here. And then also most of these trees give you charcoal instead of wood. So if you come over here with a wyvern and use its wing attack, you can harvest tons of charcoal, like crazy amounts of charcoal. Hey, Hunter, welcome. Yeah, this map is so colorful, although most of the really colorful places are hidden. Yeah, it is a lot to render. So you're constantly jumping in and out of cave render areas. So it's definitely, will take a little bit of loading, but they usually optimize stuff a lot during the final version. So it should run a lot smoother. Oh, yeah, sometimes YouTube kind of throttles the video too. We're getting some rough FPS going on. Sorry about that, guys. Huh, that is pretty crazy. So I should have a very strong internet connection now. I'm on fiber optic, which I'm really excited about, but it's still going a little bit slow on the servers. Yeah. So the reason Ark is saying this is the final map is this is probably going to be the last free DLC map they do before Ark 2 comes out. So it's not so much the end as a new beginning of something even bigger. So I'm going to show you guys my favorite cave in all of Ark. I mean, I think I can really say this is my favorite. So I'm here south of the Red Ob, and I'm going to head straight down and back into the coral a little bit next to the alpha sharks, and I'm looking for this green opening right here. Gonna head straight down, grab some clams along the way for silica pearls, and check this out. Now, I've been flying because I've been in GCM mode, right? I'm not in GCM mode anymore. Let me try to get this guy to actually work. Come on. There we go. You can actually fly in this cave. You can walk too, but you can fly. Dinos fall, but people fly. So it's very interesting physics. This is called the Caverns of Time. And it gets really trippy because, like, the trees grow on the ceiling because there's no gravity. Nothing makes sense down here. But how cool is this, right? Oh, and basically every single rock is metal. All of these things that have that little bit of a blue glow are metal nodes. Yeah. So this keeps going back for a very long time. And if they keep this cave the way it is on the official version, it's going to be absolutely stunning. But, like, check that out, right? You can just go and look out into the stars. But we're at the bottom of the ocean, underground. Makes sense, right? Logic checks out. I'm going to catch up with chat a little bit, but check this out. Right? So this is where I hosted our Space-Get-Ball event when we were doing some events on the Monarchy server. So we all were like flying and dunking and all that stuff. You can find featherlights down here. There's shinehorns, featherlights, bulb dogs, and glowtails. So all of the glow pets, at least on the mod version, they all spawn down here. This is actually really nice. So these little things right here, these weird little pods, give you sap. So rather than going and, living in the redwoods and building a whole base and a sap tap and all that stuff, you can just pop down here and grab some of those. You can also get all kinds of mushrooms from these giant mushroom trees. So those are pretty handy. But there's all these different chambers, and it's just absolutely beautiful down here. Like, I wanted to build something huge and awesome and just didn't get the time because we had to rush into Lost Island when that came out. I mean, of course, gotta play on the beautiful new tropical map. I loved it, but still, so many things I want to do on Fjordur. Isn't this place amazing? And we're not done exploring it yet, too. Like, there's still more. Still more of this stretches out. Yeah, I love all these waterfalls, and then this one just, like, the waterfalls out into space. That's just how this works. Isn't that cool? Right? Pretty crazy, huh? And then, let's see, this other room I think is the really cool one. It's got the waterfalls. Yeah, just so many cool places in here. And there's underground, underwater, glow-in-the-dark coral reefs. So that's pretty fun, right? Did you guys know that most coral actually glows like this under a black light? Like, if you look that up, it's really cool, like glowing coral. So just I absolutely love this whole area down here, and you can just like look out into space, you know. So this is one of those things. It's just it really might be my favorite map for all this stuff like this. So it's gonna take me a minute to go back out. It's just like 5 rooms back here, and like each room is different, has its own little stuff. This is pretty cool. It's got a nice little waterfall. You can just sit under a willow tree looking at the waterfall and coral and space. Just, yeah, just a beautiful place to relax, right? Yeah, it's a lot like Gen 2 space. Like the physics are very much like Genesis 2 space. Although you can't fly with your dinos. Only flyers can fly, believe it or not. But hey, nothing's perfect, right? Oh yeah, the Joshua trees are really handy for getting sap. They're usually in desert areas, and we don't really have any desert on Fjordur. It's one of the few places you don't have. You also don't have any tropics or jungles, which is probably the only reason I don't make Fjordur my absolute number one for sure map. Like, if there was a cool jungle, like a Lost Island jungle, I would definitely rank this number one. But I do love the rainforest. I love, like, living in the jungle and stuff. So, we're back under the ocean now, and let me get my GCM flying mode back going. There's a lot of clams, by the way, out here, too. You can get a lot of silica pearls. And now we're in the volcano. Yup, that's how that works. So there's one other cool little thing I'll show you in the volcanic area. By the way, this is another spot you get a lot of Giga spawns. Like that shiny gold Giga that I found recently. I tamed it right here in the middle of a bunch of zombies. By the way, if anybody's here and has not seen my Monarchy series, there's some really cool stuff we did on that. And I tamed a 170 Giga shiny Giga above max level with zombies attacking me everywhere. By the way, I really hope they keep the colors, because you can just find bright red and black RGs. Like, it's very cool. There's actually Maywings on this map in the mod version, and Maywings make your life so much easier because you can just zip around. So where was that? Somewhere around here is another entrance to this. Well, maybe I'll find it the hard way. Is this it? Nope. Here we go. Okay. So there's this little cave entrance. You can get to the same thing by going down into the middle of the Wyvern Trench, but it is a Wyvern Trench, so it's a little bit safer over here. But there's actually a Magmasaur cave down here too. And in the mod version, you can pop down here. And, I mean, there's, you know, metal, crystal, deadly creatures all over the place, but it just gets worse as you go down here, and then there's wyverns, fire wyverns, all over this trench. And they will totally ruin your day, for sure. And, yeah, there's a bunch of them. It's a little harder to steal eggs with a Maywing because there's lava in the bottom. You don't want to land on that. But if we keep going further, we get into this cool amethyst cavern, and there's actually Magmasaur nests at the very bottom of it. And we're still not quite to the bottom. One of our first Monarchy events was running through this whole cave on foot. And one of the Monarchs actually made it out with one of these Magmasaur eggs and made it back home safely. But at least on the mod version, once again, we've got black pearls. And this should be element. Check it out. Straight element shards. How cool is that? Just one little problem though. There's a lot of Magmasaurs. So it's a little bit hard to survive down here. But if you can survive, you can get some really good loot. So yeah, let me get back out of here actually. If I can find the way out. You know, you really don't want to be like losing your bearings down here, because pretty sure if you're still alive, you're going to be running like crazy. And of course, in this whole Fire Wyvern Trench, there's Fire Wyvern eggs that you can steal. But tell you what, their parents are going to ruin your day if they can catch you. So definitely be careful doing that. There we go. So that's actually not a ton of stuff on the lava island, although you do have this nice little like dragon statue up here on some ruins. I don't think there's actually anything special about this, but it's pretty cool. Got a nice little view. And here's the location of this. And I got to show you the location of the Wyvern Trench, right? Because I almost forgot about that. So here we go. Remind me in chat if I forget any locations to show you guys. So I don't think the volcano actually actively erupts like on Genesis, but you know, it's definitely very hot. And on the mod version, there's places where the lava will burn you even where you don't quite think it can. And there's also places where the lava does nothing. And so, you know, it's a little iffy. There's also some issues with water that isn't water, you know. I'm sure they'll address all of that in the final version. This is another really cool spot that I like a lot. Like there's this really cool basalt pillars around this waterfall. And we're right here touring the southern continent now. We've made it through the whole northern and southeastern continent. Now we'll do the southwest. But this little place here, if we follow this all the way up to the top, all of this like jade colored crystal is actually harvestable crystal. There's a lot of it. But then further back in here, it gets really dark. Here we go. See if that helps at all. This actually is really cold in the water, but if you go down into the water here, there's tons of silica pearls, like tons of them. So that's a great place to get silica pearls, and in the mod version, there's nothing dangerous here, so that's very, very helpful. You can get lots of good stuff, and it just looks really cool, you know? Like, that's just kind of awesome. So, more caves around here. Yeah, it's a lot harder to get Magmasaur caves than on Lost Island. I want to say maybe is it this? Oh, yeah, check this out. We got Tropios on this map, at least on the mod version once again, but I love them. They're one of my favorite tames. I mean, Pteranodons are cool enough, but when you strap a jet engine on them and give them a rocket launcher, just wow, that's good stuff. All right, so we got a really, really big metal deposit right here. And just to the side of this, I'm pretty sure this is the right waterfall. You can go back into it, and there's actually a decent-sized cave with quite a bit of crystal back here. So you can grab lots of crystal, metal, all that stuff right around here, and it's actually pretty hard to spot from far away. So it's decent size. You can get a little bit in there. But I'm about to show you a spot that is absolutely massive. I haven't even shown you guys underwater yet. There's stuff underwater, a lot of stuff underwater. But I'm going to head to the very middle of this whole island, and you'll notice there's all these paths and stuff all around. But somewhere, is it this one that hasn't loaded in yet? It's probably going to suddenly pop up. No, this is not it. Somewhere around here. I've totally lost my bearings at this point. All right, hold the phone. I'm gonna pull out my map. You can actually see on the map, see where the tip of my arrow is? It shows a castle. It's probably going to change on the official version, but it's really handy on the mod version because it gives away a lot of stuff. If you see a castle drawn on the map, there's probably a castle there you can check out, or at least some kind of ruin. So this right here is what I'm looking for. And this is a really cool area. So here we go. This is a massive, like, I'm pretty sure they're going to have to change a lot of this because it's patterned after the Mines of Moria from Lord of the Rings. And look how cool this is, right? Like, all of it just looks like a giant dwarven city. I kind of want to stand here on this bridge and yell out, "You shall not pass!" You know. But down here, let's see, almost. Yeah, check it out. Welcome to the Mines of Moria. It is pretty legit. Like, dwarf statues everywhere. Definitely gonna have to change some stuff because back here we've got the actual tomb from that scene in Lord of the Rings when all the armies come after them. It's even got, you know, somebody crouched in the corner there, and the bones of the cave troll that they fought. Like, how cool is that, right? I actually really love all of the awesome references. So Nikatis was the creator of this map, and he just did such an awesome job with this. I really love it. But yeah, so this is where we would, if we were hobbits, we'd hide back here and, you know, try to get away from the cave troll. So probably, sadly, gonna lose at least that portion of the cave because, you know, can't have things look too much like Lord of the Rings. Yeah. But check this out. This is probably the highest concentration of metal in all of Ark. Maybe the Lunar Cave, but there's metal everywhere. So most of these are actual metal nodes, rich metal nodes. Some of these are just decoration. Like, I really wish I could harvest that, but you can't. But they keep going. They're all over the place. There's a whole mine, and there's actually like mine carts and paths that take you up and down these mountains. So you can just take an Anki in here, follow the paths, and just get stupid amounts of metal. Like, I think I got like at least 15,000 metal in one run with an Anki. Maybe it was 20,000. I mean, it was something crazy. And then right at the edge here, we have this rock that's, you know, totally blocking your path. Can't get past this, right? But you can. Now you got a nice, easy entrance to get down to there. So this keeps going for a bit. There's even more metal back here. Like, there's just so much metal in here. And let's see here. Yeah, here's the main chamber again. I actually set up a little metal depot in one of these houses when I was playing on the Monarchy server. But then over here, it opens up into even more cool stuff. Like, this cave is absolutely massive. Like, you could easily fit a whole city in here. Yeah, we're actually going to go visit the giant tree if we've got time. We'll see if I've got time to show you guys the realms too. So this is the back door, and it's pretty cool looking, right? But all around here, I think they're still here. They may have removed them, but there at least used to be rock drakes all over this area. Maybe they have removed them, but like, check this out. We've got our glow-in-the-dark coral again. Got all of our cool aberration stuff. Like, how beautiful is this cave, right? And some more metal down here since we don't have enough in that other room, right? Maybe they have completely removed the rock drakes from here. I think they moved them to Asgard. But we're not quite done. You know what? I don't think I've ever tried... Oh, wow. Okay. That's new. They've actually made quite a few updates. But we have organic polymer plants. I've never tried that before. You know, like, that's the thing about Ark. There's always something new. There you go. Wow. I just got a lot of organic polymer just doing that. I'm sure they'll change some stuff back here. Like, I don't think there's anything dangerous here in the mod version anymore, which means that's a little bit overpowered. You could just, like, set up a little outpost here and grab all the organic polymer you need, and it's pretty cool ambiance. But there's one other cool little secret over here, right? There's so many great places to get thousands of organic polymer on Fjordur. It's crazy. So, if you head... Let me see if I can get this guy going again. If you head out of the gate and to the right, there's this very narrow path that you can barely see. You know, I feel like my bird could be lighting up a little bit better than this. I mean, is that too much to ask? Thank you. There we go. Now we're talking. All right. So this is actually on my probably second to last episode of the Monarchy series. I came back here to go fishing. Yeah, totally risked my life. I'm actually going to turn this guy off now because there's seekers all over the place. Get another really cool aberration cave. It's a lot like Lunar, only everything wants to eat you, and there's lots of dangerous, deadly stuff back here. But there is actually, you know, a lot of piranhas and sarcos and stuff down here too. There's actually glow-in-the-dark otters in here, and glow-in-the-dark coelacanths, which is what I was catching so I could put them in my little cafe. I made a underwater restaurant, in case you guys didn't see that. I actually don't see any otters right now, but you get some really cool looking otters. Oh, wait, yep, there we go. Hot pink glow-in-the-dark otter. Now we're talking. So this is a great place to get aberration otters. Like, I love that. Okay. So anyway, very cool cave. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna pop out of here, and I think that's actually most of the cool stuff on the surface. I don't think I'll have a chance to show you guys much of the underwater stuff yet, but that was just one cave, you guys. Like, it is just nuts how much there is on Fjordur, and this has like actually a back entrance back here, and it goes out to the ocean where there's a shipwreck. There's actually quite a few shipwrecks around here, and they have these boxes, and if you bust those open, they get you some real nice tools usually. Of course, make me look like an idiot, right? Get wood. But a lot of times you'll find like crossbows and all the good tools, all kinds of good stuff in there. Let's see if this one gets anything better. Wow, thanks. Okay. Anyway, usually you get all kinds of really good stuff. So here is the secret back entrance, which goes out onto the ocean. And you can actually use that to load up your metal onto a raft and ship it around the continent. It's a lot of leads and a lot of dark, deep water over here, but you could totally do it. So that is most of the southern continent. There's not a lot of cool caves back here because, most of the continent is that one cave. It stretches from the middle of this valley all the way back to the other end on the other side of the Blue Ob. So how crazy is that, right? But that's all the caves I've found on this continent so far. There's a couple underwater, but I'll show you guys some of the realms now, because all of this that you've seen so far in this stream is not even the whole map. There is so much more back here. So I think this is going to load in eventually. It's always fun when you can just like look through the whole map, right? So pretty sure this is the spot. Yep, there it goes. This is the cave that has the gateway to all three realms. Now, once again, if you've just joined us recently, there's three realms. There's Vanaheim, which is a beautiful forest which has the world tree growing out of it. That tree we see in the background, that's this. There's Asgard, which is a really, really cool place with all these Viking places. There's some awesome places I'll show you there. And then Jotunheim, which is an ice realm, and it's so cold, you can have Ascendant fur gear and a really, really good otter and still freeze to death within minutes. It's absolutely insane how much cold resist you need. But let's go to Vanaheim, because this is another of my absolute favorite places in Ark, and I absolutely love this. So in order to use these terminals, you have to be a certain level. So Vanaheim, we need level 30, and I think the other two are level 50. We need to get 5 rune stones, and you get these from those little chests that have like Viking skins that I was showing you in some of those caves. Then we double click on the portal, and that's going to start up a portal just kind of like a boss portal, and this will actually transport us to Vanaheim. It costs 5 rune stones every time you go to Vanaheim, but it's free to transport out of Vanaheim back here. So that's one way you can do it. But we are just about to head to another of my favorite spots in Ark. Here we go. So this whole area is a forest, and most of the dinos are actually aberrant variations, so they glow in the dark, and they've got the coolest colors. Like, these are not, well, I mean, there might be some event colors in here, but they naturally have all these crazy bright blues and greens and stuff. But check this out. Is this cool or what? So this takes a lot of the stuff you see in the bog in Genesis, but turns it into this beautiful, lush forest. And just absolutely beautiful, even right out the gate. Of course, this guy seems to really like penguins, which I am all about. My wife is like obsessed with penguins. There's all these mushrooms everywhere, which you can use to get the mushrooms to tame glow pets, and rare mushrooms from those too. But check this out. Is this place cool or what? So this is a massive realm. There's actually obelisks in each of the realms, and if you head to the obelisk, it's right above the terminal that transports you back to the main section of the map. But what do you guys think? Let me know in chat. I just absolutely love this realm. It's beautiful. There's so much cool stuff here. And all of these like cool blues and greens that you see are mostly how they actually normally look. I think this is an X parasaur. Yeah. So there's a lot of X variants in here. There's Carcanos again. There's some of those in the Ab Cave too, but you'll find them out here. And there's actually the gotchas spawn out here. You can find gotchas and make your life so easy because they'll just make all the stuff you need. They're pretty rare, so it takes a lot to find one. But if they keep those in the full version, I will be so stinking happy because, wow, I'm just really love those gotchas. I think this is going to be an X. No, just aberrant. Sorry, there we go. So, like, the Doedicurus will glow in the dark, you know? And there's just all kinds of cool colors back here. I'm going to see if I can find this one spot. Yeah, there's a lot of crabs. Like, really watch out for the crabs. There's, I think, some spawning issues in Vanaheim on the mod version, because sometimes you just have way too many of something like those crabs. So I'm looking for a specific spot. There's actually a whole cave. It is one of the hardest artifact caves. And another thing that'll be really cool if they keep it in the official version is they have a forest titan. All of the titans from Extinction are actually back in Fjordur. I'm kind of worried they might remove those on the official version, but how cool would that be, right? So I don't know Vanaheim super well, but somewhere in here is an actual wyvern trench where you can get poison wyverns, and I'm pretty sure that's going to stay. Is this? No. We'll find it eventually, but we're getting some great scenery, right? Let's see here. This is actually where you fight the forest titan or spend an hour taming it like we did on a recent monarchy episode. That was intense, to say the least. All right, let's see here. I want to say it's on one of these corners. Another interesting thing is I think technically Vanaheim is actually underneath the map. So you'll have all the coordinates are kind of crazy because it'll give you the coordinates and show you on top of the main map. But how beautiful is this place, right? So somewhere around here is a wyvern trench for poison wyverns. We'll see if we can find that, but is this the other place? Yeah, check this out. So right here, we have a really cool little under tree base. Check that out. Not a ton inside here, but it's definitely a cool spot. I mean, who wouldn't want to live in there, right? So we will see. Oh yeah, there's tapeharas everywhere, and they are just such crazy colors. See if I can get my bearings here. I'm like right up against the ceiling. It's in one of the corners, and it's a tiny little area where you can actually find that wyvern trench. Oh, here's another really crazy spot. Okay, this is another of my favorite places in Ark. Like, so many cool caves back here. But check this out. The entire tree has like all of these glowing mushrooms and glow pets. I think you got all the different glow pets in here too. So you can tame all kinds of cool glow pets, and you got a lot of mushrooms around here that you can harvest to get the stuff to tame the glow pets. So you could just pop over here. It's like a one-stop shop and get your pets. So yeah, very cool little cave. Yeah, there's a featherlight right there. And let's see if I can find my way back out of here because it's a little bit hard to escape. There we go. But that is another really awesome spot. And back to looking for wyverns. Unless you guys want to go check out one of the other realms, let me know if you want to abandon the wyvern trench hunt and go back to another realm here. But it should be on one of these corners. I'm just gonna pop over here. So let me know in chat what you guys want to do. Yeah, It is so true that like you could explore Fjordur for months and still find more stuff. Like we've been playing on this map for a really long time and I'm still like finding new things even today and still don't quite know all the realms that well. Like I barely know. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. It's just hard to see from the other side. So you're looking for all of these like cherry blossoms and bright red things and all these white blossoms. And then you got a lake at the bottom. And then at the end of the lake is our wyvern trench. And this has poison wyverns inside. So we're going to head to the top of this waterfall. And right back in here. I think this is also metal, but you don't... Oh, maybe not. I was going to say, you don't really want to go harvesting metal in a wyvern trench. But back in here, you can get some nests that should have poison wyvern eggs. Oh, there's one. Yep, there's an egg. There's a very ticked off parent. So, yeah, a lot of poison wyverns back here. And it's a really cool cave. I'm not going to show you guys the other cave down here because it's pretty hard to find and it's just deadly. Like there's so much stuff that'll wreck your day. But you can watch me go through that cave on the episode where we fought and beat the Forest Titan as a boss fight. So feel free to check out my Monarchy series if you want to see that cave. It was intense. All right, let me run back to the main realms here. If I can do this without getting eaten by a snake. Just kidding, I'm in GCM mode. But we're going to double tap this. And then just float above the snake's head and watch how upset he is because he can't get us. I'll catch up on chat while we're loading this in. But what do you guys think of Vanaheim? Let me know if you like this realm, if you think it's really cool. Oh, yeah, it is a really cool place. It's actually relatively dangerous in Vanaheim. It's like a lot of swamp creatures in there. Yeah, poor Mrs. Treebeard on our final episode of the Monarchy. Definitely go watch that if you haven't seen that. It's pretty epic. We had a battle with all three Titans that we had tamed versus the King Titan, and he gave us a lot of trouble. So now I'm going to head over to Asgard, which is another really cool realm. It costs 5 rune stones, and you have to be level 50 to get in here. But this place also has gotchas. Once again, on the mod map, it's got gotchas, and you can get the, wow, I'm blanking out, shadow mains in there, and rock drakes are now there after an update with the mod. So a lot of cool stuff in there. So there are no Xenos on Fjordur yet, at least on the mod version. And Xenos did not exist when this mod was mostly built. How crazy is that, right? So I was convinced that Fjordur would be an official mod before Lost Island because Fjordur was like 80% complete when they announced Lost Island, and the Lost Island mod was like 30% complete. It was pretty crazy. I gotta say, I absolutely love Lost Island. We played there a lot on the Monarchy series, but Fjordur is really cool too. And it's like so complete and polished and just really cool. So this is Asgard. I'm kind of bummed because I can't get to these cool waterfalls back here. It's like out of the map, right? Isn't that so sad? But it's got all these Viking villages just scattered around, and you can just, pop over and live in one of the Viking villages if you want to. They've got all these like massive cathedrals and stuff, and pretty sure all of these are buildable, at least on the mod version, and they probably will be on the final version too. But a lot of them have lots of little houses. If you live here with a tribe, everybody can have their own little pre-built house. And most of them have pretty decent fortifications around them too, like pretty good fences and stuff. And there's a bunch of different little biomes within Asgard, which is pretty cool. It's getting some shadows here. I'm going to just go ahead and put that back to... So a lot of the colors you're seeing are because I'm still, for some reason, running the Easter version. I don't really know why it's still here, but I've got Easter colors. So down here, you've got this... really cool skeleton that has water coming out of its mouth, right? Yeah, you could totally live in that thing's mouth if you want to. But it's got all these waterfalls coming down from its mouth. And then at the base of this valley in the green area is this little tech cave kind of thing. And in here, we have lightning wyverns. And it's like the lightning wyvern trench back here. So let's see here. I think, yeah, this thing, at least on the mod version, you can put the required artifacts here. And it'll open up this. Or I can just, you know, ghost through it. And you get to this really cool room that has, check it out, Mjolnir. Yeah. So you can get Thor's hammer, and they have actually confirmed that on the official version, I think this works on a pick. Yeah. On the official version, you're going to have an even cooler, actually much cooler looking version of this hammer. And it's going to let you shoot lightning. This one just lets you smash stuff, but the official version is going to be even cooler. But I will say, it's very hard to get all the artifacts to unlock that door, and you got to get past all the lightning wyverns to do it. So that's going to be pretty fun, though. I'm definitely excited to see if I can get that on the official version. And over here, it's lightning wyverns. Yeah. So this is the place to go for lightning wyverns, or if you just really feel like getting burnt to a crisp, right? You head back out of here before it gets too toasty. There we go. And you can see here there's like a red forest, a green forest, and somewhere around here is a blue forest. Is that all the way back here? Yeah. There's also a couple portals on the mod version of the map that let you summon mini bosses. They're really interesting. They're like a little creature, but they're crazy powerful. And there's quite a few of those you can summon. So we fought some of those on the Monarchy series, but somewhere around here is a cave. So we've got like this Aberration blue coral. Like, how cool is this place, right? It almost feels like Rockwell's Garden. You've actually got some plants from Rockwell's Garden here, and we're going to have shadow manes all around here. Actually, don't see any, but you know, that's how shadow manes are. Like, you know, shadow manes see you. You don't see them, right? But I'm looking for a cave, which I'm pretty sure is going to be radioactive. And, of course, I'm in God mode right now. But that actually has rock drakes in it somewhere around this area. I think it's down at the bottom of the valley. Yeah. I don't spend a lot of time in Asgard, so I don't know this super well. But I could have sworn it's around here somewhere. Here we go. This looks promising. Yep, that's it. So I came in and it was right behind me when I landed, so go figure. But yeah, totally Rockwell's Garden, right? And then back in here is another crazy cave with rock drakes. How cool is that, right? Yeah, there's actually a lot of rare flowers and rare mushrooms around here. Doesn't this cave look awesome? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, breeding gotchas on this map has been nuts. I don't know how many of you guys have been following our Monarchy series, but we had a 30 spot gotcha garage and we were just constantly producing so much element. Like I got an element gotcha. I think I bred probably 300 gotchas to get one. And then I cloned it and kept cloning it. And then the ones that would make element, I would use their element to clone more element gotchas. And before you know it, we had like 30 element gotchas and we had several thousand element per day. It was kind of nuts. So this is where you go if you want rock drakes or if you want a swift death, either one. Depends on how it goes, right? But I'm going to head back out here. And there's one more little spot I'll show you on Asgard, and then we can go to Jotunheim, because while I'm in God mode, I'm not going to freeze completely to death. Yeah. Yeah, you can actually teleport quite a few tames in and out of Vanaheim and Asgard, but at least on the mod version, you can. Yeah, I actually don't know what these are for. There's quite a few places. Oh yeah, you can get sheep in this area, and there's Maywings in Asgard too. Actually, quite a few of them. It's probably the easiest place to get Maywings if you can get yourself to Asgard. Of course, you have to be level 50 to get into Asgard, but there's Maywings just wandering around all over the place out here. So it's a lot of wide open space. It was the last realm to open up. So there's still some places that are not like completely done. Oh yeah, snow owls. That is a crazy looking snow owl, isn't it? Easter version. Love it. Wow. All right. So here's the red zone, and the red zone is where you find most of the gotchas on Fjordur. So, oh yeah, this is interesting. So these are actually a different kind of metal rock. Or maybe it's just decoration, this one. But there's a lot of them that look like this that are solid metal. And so you can kind of see the copper color. Of course, the one that I spot does not do it, but some of those will. And you can get quite a lot of metal around here. Wow, check out the yellow Maywing. That's awesome. So any place you can get Maywings and sheep, it's so easy to tame the Maywing because the Maywings will eat mutton like it's kibble. And you can tame them so fast that way. I've actually got a guide on how to tame a max level Maywing as long as you have a rare flower, and you can be any level you want. Like, you can get them at level 20. So I did that on my Genesis Let's Play series, and it just totally changed my life. A lot of these spots that have these, like, stones, yeah, this one is not, but a lot of the places that have these circles of stones have rare flowers in the middle. So that's something to keep an eye out for if you're looking for those. So we've got this whole Viking village here. And once again, lots of places you can just like build. There's pre-built structures and pretty cool little church there. A lot of big buildings in this one. And it's got nice little bridges all the way around. So you've got a great spot that's really safe and secure from any wild dinos and stuff. Maywings swim around in the water around here. Like there's one right there. And there's pretty close to here is where the gotchas are most common. Wow, lime green doedicurus. That's what I want right there. All right, somewhere around here. Of course, I've lost my bearings again. I think this is it. So we've got this big purple tree. Oh yeah, check it out. Except, of course, they're getting attacked by a Sarco, but there's 4 gotchas right there. Now, gotchas are usually pretty dang rare, but this spot has a lot of them. And they're found right underneath this big purple tree. Here's the location of that. Of course, you know, you're seeing the main world map. I kind of hope they'll have like maps for the individual realms on the official version. Here is the location of this town, which is the absolute best place to get Maywings, I would say, because there's not a lot of dangerous stuff around it, and there's a lot of Maywings. Also, if you didn't know this, there's a dead sheep. Ooh. If you didn't know this, these Hesperornis, if you kill them, you can get organic polymer from them. And that's just like such an easy way to get organic polymer, right? And if you get a bunch of those, you can get a lot of organic polymer that way. And they do seem pretty common around this lake. Of course, there's Sarcos too, but not a bad spot. And it's right next to the gotcha tree. So I think that's just about everything to show you guys in Asgard. So I'll head on back to the obelisk and we'll check out Jotunheim as the last thing on this tour, I think. Well, I don't know. You guys let me know in chat if you guys are having fun. I might show you a couple things, a couple other places underwater if I can find them. I'll have to go looking for a bit because they're way harder to find underwater. So once again, you can teleport back to the main map for free. So if you put a bed on this side, you can fast travel to your bed, go back to the terminal, and teleport back to the main map and bring stuff that you've got from the realms. So if you could tame a Maywing here, you can carry it back to the main map without having to spend more runestones, which is pretty handy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ark Official will never add gotcha Gavagers because those honestly are way too overpowered. I mean, I I completely didn't need to gather anything after a while because of those gotcha scavengers. But I love S+. It saves you so much trouble. All right, this is our last of the 3 realms. This is Jotunheim. And if it's anything like the mod version, there's really no point in going here unless you have absolutely insane cold resistance. Yeah, so it works kind of like on Genesis 1, where Helena can teleport you to different maps, but you can use these portals or these terminals to teleport back and forth. You just have to pay runestones to do that. Yeah, and that's exactly right, Lilith. So they are locked behind runestones. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It's very cold here, so I might have to use the bathroom a lot. That's so embarrassing. Just kidding. So Jotunheim actually crashes for me sometimes. So just a heads up, if I suddenly drop out, that's probably what happened. But this whole place is just massive cold. Like, it's insanely cold here. I cannot stop using the bathroom every second because it's that cold. You get a lot of cool, like, Uties, Theries, and stuff like that. A lot of real strong dinos. But oh my gosh, like, they call it the murder frost because it just will destroy you in, like, minutes. Like, you can last, like, a couple minutes, and then you're just dead. Like, you start dying immediately when you come out here. And if you really have a death wish, over here, we have the Ice Wyvern Trench. And you can go in here and get frozen by ice wyverns because that's just how they roll. So somewhere around here, we're going to see quite a few ice wyverns. And it definitely gets very dicey. And it's, I think, too high to get a Maywing out of it, too. I like to steal wyvern eggs with a Maywing because you can just escape so quickly. Oh, yeah, in the mod version, there's Mantis in here. Since, you know, deadly cold doesn't bother Mantis. But if you want Mantis, it's quite a few of them over here. So, there's not a ton of stuff around here. There's a couple little caves that you can see, but it's mostly just tons and tons of ice. And it is just like a crazy place. But you really won't last long out here. Like, you will... There's a lot of pearls in all the water and stuff. We've got a nice little frozen lake. But most of it's just death out here. Now, on the mod version, there are Fenrir's, which are wolves that can shoot ice. They're actually pretty cool. But they're so hard to tame. It's so hard to survive out here long enough to do anything. So, you know, I'm not going to give you too much of a tour of Jotunheim, just because there's not too much you can do out here. But check this out. This is actually a pretty cool little tree. I definitely like some of the scenery. If you're into cold, like really cold, this is a pretty cool place. But, you know, if you're playing PvP, it might be cold enough that people won't want to raid you because it's just they'll die of cold. But you really need, like, endgame, like, frost resist gear to even have a chance. And that's if you're using, like, all kinds of buffs to keep yourself warm. So, but still a pretty cool map. And there's some caves back here that are crazy hard to summon the Ice Titan. But I'll head on back and we'll show you some underwater stuff too. And then I think we'll wrap up the stream because that'll be like the entire tour. All right, here we go. But yeah, I don't know Jotunheim very well because I really don't go in here very much because you just don't survive long. Like Captain Fat Dog put together a Quetzal and put a bunch of S+ air conditioners on it and kept everybody alive in here just fine. But as soon as you stepped 10 feet away from the Quetzal, you would start just freezing to death almost instantly, and you had, like, no time to survive. Actually, let's see. Does it show? It says minus 130 degrees Fahrenheit. To put it in perspective, when we did the Ice Titan taming on the Monarchy series, I crafted everybody fur gear. It was ascendant fur gear that had so much cold resistance that if I put it on in my house, I started immediately burning to death more than if I was in a volcano. And I was like gonna die in less than a minute from how hot it was wearing those clothes. And I also put on a really good otter, and I was still ice cubing and dying within like a minute, as long as I didn't have a tech canteen buff on top of all that. So you need crazy good fortitude on top of all the other stuff in order to have a chance. So let's see here. It's actually gonna take me a minute to find some of this underwater stuff, but I'll see if I can find a couple cool underwater caves too. There's just the underwater areas on Fjordur are so cool. You know, let me see if I can find my little Mosa. I parked a Mosa over here, and I want to show you guys a cool little thing you can do with S plus. So make sure he's still alive first. There he is. So I've got a Mosasaurus, and of course he's fighting sharks. Where did he even go? There he is. All right. Let's take care of this shark here. So all this stuff on his back is actually vacuum chambers. I've made S plus vacuum chambers on his back. And with S plus vacuum chambers, you don't need any like tech generators or anything like that. And on top of him, it's actually a bunch of vacuum chambers. But check this out. So the vacuum chambers keep the water out, but they also take away the water visual effects. So I can just see with no water effects and all the colors underwater. Isn't that crazy? But then as soon as I step out of there, I'm back to normal. So I think down here somewhere is one of those cool caves. There's so many caves down at the bottom of the ocean. I'm just going to swim around a little bit and see what I can find. Yeah, living in Jotunheim is just insane. Like, I don't recommend even trying it because it's just not worth the trouble. I'm gonna give this guy infinite stats. Oh, that was fun. All right. We're not swimming right now. I'm just gonna let him take care of those eels because, yeah, don't really want to deal with them. Where are you eels even going? Okay, there we go. See if I can catch up to him now. Let's just do this. So, as you can see, the ocean is a little bit dangerous. Let's see if he's got infinite stamina now. Wow, I'm just like stuck here. Thanks, sharks. Thanks, that's just what I needed. Are we doing it right? No, we're not. All right, hold on a second. Gotta love those admin commands. All right. So if you jump off inside one of those vacuum chambers, oh, that's why. Here we go. Now, are we good? Yes, my stamina's not going down anymore. And we'll turn the game back to normal. Here we go. Okay. That should do the trick. Now we should be able to outrun everything because I can sprint forever. So, yeah. All right, so down here in these trenches, there's all these trenches all over Fjordur, and some of them have really cool caves inside. Most of those caves have, like, you know, air underwater, and it's just, there's just a ton of them down here, so. But, of course, I don't know the ocean super well, and now I'm completely off the map. That's fun. All right, so I think there's one in between the, let me just head back up to the surface so I can see where I'm going. I think there's one in between the swamp and the ice island up there, so we'll head over there. Yeah, the requirements to live in Jotunheim are just almost impossible to get. Like, it is just so much work to get there. Like, you basically have to respec everything into fortitude, have a really, really good otter, and really good fur gear, so it's just hardly worth the trouble, you know? And there's not really anything there either. That's the other thing. It's just like, at least on the mod version, it's a mostly empty realm, which just doesn't really have anything that's going to help you too much. All right. So there should be a trench around here. And there's all kinds of fun, deadly stuff down in it. If I can find it, of course. Everything's very hard to find. No, that's not it, right? Or is it? I think this is it. Let's see here. Let's see if I can give you guys coordinates. So there's like this tiny little opening, and we're gonna head on down there, and it just keeps going forever. Yep, check it out. Is this crazy or what? This might not even be the cave I was thinking of, but look at that. This is what happens when I turn off the water effects, right? Not what I meant to do. There we go. So I'm going to see if we can go a little deeper here. There are just so many caves down in the water, and it's just, some of these just keep going like forever. So I think this is the trench that has element ore around the bottom of it. Yeah, I want to say this is element ore. Look how cool that looks, though, when you're out of the water, right? So many crazy things in this map. I think this is the element ore. Should be, maybe not. But anyway, yeah, lots of crazy stuff you can find down at the bottom of the ocean. I'm just going to ghost my way back up. It's going to take way too long to find stuff with that Mosasaurus. Even though it looks cool, you know, we can show you guys some really cool looking stuff. Catch up with chat real quick. Yeah, if you guys could say something in chat just to make sure that's still working, that'd be awesome. Just got to keep up with that and make sure. All right, so there was another spot. I want to say it was out this way. At this point, we're getting into areas that I don't know super well, but I think it was down in this direction. Of course, nothing's loaded in now. Let's see here. But there's a really cool cave down in one of these areas, and you can see crystals sticking out of some of it. Let's see here. Of course, deep sea exploration is always tough because stuff is going to be eating you everywhere you go. But a lot of these trenches, if you just follow them, you'll find at least some kind of an underwater cave or something. Let's see, is this the one? I'm definitely going to be fumbling around trying to find this stuff because there's just so many caves back here and it's so hard to find them. Okay, awesome. Yeah, what do you guys think of Fjordur? Are you guys excited for this to come to official? And like, what is your favorite place? Oh yeah, here we go. I'm going to show you guys above the water first. Yep, nailed it. That's exactly what I was talking about. Yep. All right, so we're going to head straight down to the very bottom here. Okay, make sure I don't lose the spot. There we go. So this pops out into the air. Check that out. So this one's full of crystal. There's actually quite a bit of, this is all going to be oil. Does my hammer just not work to harvest things anymore? I don't know. Something about being Thor's hammer, it just, you know, it's like oil is beneath me now. So it's just a little tiny hidey hole, but it's pretty cool. And then there's a huge cave somewhere around here. It's gonna take me a minute to find. Oh, that's gonna help if we make this daytime too. Hi, welcome. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so sorry that the Featherlight died, Christelle. It was lagging for a second and then I hit the lava. Poor little Featherlight. But yeah, if you actually hit refresh, well, I guess it'll take a while for you to hear me say this, but if you hit refresh, you can catch up to where we currently are on the video. All right, where is this thing? Is this it? Oh, yep, here we go. Okay. So it was a little further than what I thought. So we're actually right between that first herbivore island that I showed you guys, almost in the middle of the ocean. So between that and the lava, and you get this huge crystal formation. Oh yeah, and there's Carcanos at the bottom of the ocean here too. So Fjordur Official might remove a lot of those things, but they may still be here. And I tell you what, having a Carcanos is amazing. So one of these paths, is it this one? This is one of them, yeah. So once you find these crystals, there's a couple places where this branches off. And I want to say this is an artifact cave right here. Let's see. There we go. Yep. How crazy is this, right? And I'm trying to remember what this stuff is. I think that's sulfur, actually. Mjolnir, you're so useless. Let me just do this. We'll just see if we can harvest with our pick when we remove the skin. And it's no longer Thor's hammer, which is too good to harvest sulfur. There we go. Now it's working properly. So this cave actually just like keeps going back forever. Is that the way we came in? I always get lost in these caves. I might have to ghost back out of here. Okay, is that the way out? Anyway, this underwater cave just keeps going back like forever. Is this it? Yeah. So lots of stuff back here. Anglerfish, you know, whatever. We could do that at the bottom of the ocean. And then there's more air back in here. So like, just if you explore Fjordur enough, you just keep finding more stuff and getting lost. Like you can get totally lost in here. Lots of clams, lots of pearls. There's actually just tons of places to get pearls. I love the detail here. It's like lava in this cave underwater. I'm gonna ghost back out of here though. Oh wait, I don't get totally lost. All right. Oh yeah, you like that island where the Gigas spawn? That was pretty cool. It's a nice base location. Like there's not a lot of stuff that'll mess with you because you've got a nice little land bridge. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, there's gonna be there's so many secrets we'll show you guys in this video. Like if you go back and watch the whole thing, there's just a lot of stuff we've covered. And there's one other really cool cave. I think it's near this crystal. Let's see if I can find it. There's probably 4 or 5 other underwater caves that are just gonna take me a while to find, but they're pretty cool. Okay, so that's the one we found here. So I think it's one of the other routes that has a really nice little base spot. It just opens up into, of course I can't find it now, but it opens up into a whole underwater place that's like got air and everything. Hey, Alpha Shark, that's just what we needed. You know what? I'm just going to be a little cheesy here. We're just going to poke under the map and see if I can spot it this way. Okay, don't even see it this way, so. Well, anyway, there's a lot of other underwater maps. I will make a full guide on all of this stuff, and I'll show you just rapid fire all the coolest base locations on Fjordur, and I'm probably going to put that together in the next couple weeks. I'm going to try to have that out before the official Fjordur map launches so that you guys can see all of the cool places to check for bases when you do have the official map launch. So on day 1, you can go straight to all the best base spots, just claim those on your official servers, and just have a lot of fun with it. So make sure, if any of you guys have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe, and there's like a little bell icon right next to the subscribe button, and you can hit that bell and it'll give you notifications when my videos come out. Otherwise, it probably won't tell you when those come out, but I will have so many helpful guides on the Fjordur official map, and I'll probably launch some guides on the Fjordur mod version so you will have some good heads up so that you'll know where to check when the official version comes out. And then I'll just update those when official's there. So Let me know in the chat if you guys enjoyed this stream. It's been so nice to get to hang out with all of you again. Like I haven't done a live stream in so long, and yeah, it's been really great to catch up with everybody. And I'll go back to the place I lived on the Monarchy series in case anybody got to the stream late. This is such a cool cave. I love it. And I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream. But thank you all so much for joining. It's been really fun chatting with you, and I hope you learned some really cool base locations and resource locations during this stream. And those will help you out a lot when the Fjordur official map comes out, because probably a lot of things will be extremely similar to the mod version. And I hope you all have a really great night. Please make sure to give this stream a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And once again, if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and check out some of my other guides. I'm always making guides to try to help you guys have an easier time finding all the resources you need, finding the perfect homes to live in. And yeah, so I hope you all have a great night, and I will see you all very soon. And I'll be posting a lot more guides really soon. Have a great night. We'll see ya.